Floorball is a type of floor hockey with 5 players and a goalkeeper in each team. Men and women play indoors with 96 to 115.5 centimeter long sticks and a 22 to 23 centimeter circumference plastic ball with holes. Matches are played in three 20-minute periods.
Measurements. Floorball is played indoors on a rink whose size can officially vary from 18 to 20 meters wide to 36 to 40 meters long, and which is surrounded by 50 centimeters high enclosed boards with rounded corners. The goals are 160 centimeters wide and 115 centimeters high. Their depth is 65 centimeters and they are 2.85 meters from the end of the nearest boards. Face-off dots are marked on the center line. Dots are also marked 1.5 meters from both sides of the rink on the goal line's imaginary extensions. The dots don't exceed 30 centimeters in diameter. They do not have the be dots. They can also be crosses.
What is kinematics? It is the branch of mechanics concerned with the motion of objects without reference to the forces that cause the motion. What is kinematics? It is the branch of mechanics concerned with the motion of objects without reference to the forces that cause the motion. What is kinematics? It is the branch of mechanics concerned with the motion of objects without reference to the forces that cause the motion. How is kinematics important in floorball? Physical activities such as sports are known to bear innumerable physical benefits to our body. These effects occur because of the movement of our body makes during these activities. Because of this, a lot of people are encouraged to do sports. The popularity of sports increased the competition between the players. The high competition then resulted to people wanting to know the science behind these sports, studying the motion and relation of human body motion, and doing well in the game. An example is the sport floorball. The goal of the sport is to score more goals than opposing team in a period of time. Kinematics is an essential part of floorball since it helps describe a player's movement across the floor by defining their position, velocity, and acceleration. Integrating kinematics with the sport also helps us predict the success of our games. Lastly, through kinematics, we'll be able to know what part of our performance we need to improve to defeat the opposing team. During a floorball game, Diego was tasked to be the one to hit the ball during the face-off. The referee puts the ball in the middle, and from rest, Diego hits the ball in the direction of his teammate Zach, which was 3 meters away. The ball was eventually received by Zach in 2 seconds. What is the ball's final velocity? What is the acceleration of the ball from Diego's stick? From the problem, you are given an initial velocity of 0, time of 2 seconds, distance of 3 meters. With the given values, we can look for the final velocity. Using the kinematics equation, distance is equal to initial velocity plus final velocity over 2 multiplied to time. If we're going to put in the values, it's going to be 3 meters is equal to 0 plus final velocity over 2 multiplied by 2 seconds. We can cancel the both 2's. Now, we're left with a final velocity of 3 meters per second. East. Now that we have the final velocity of 3 meters per second, we can now find the acceleration. Using the kinematics equation, final velocity is equal to initial velocity plus acceleration multiplied by time. If we put in the values, it's going to be 3 meters per second equals 0 plus a, or acceleration multiplied to 2 seconds, which is the time. 3 meters per second equals to 2a. Now that we have that, we need to isolate acceleration. So we need to divide both sides by 2. So 3 divided by 2 is 1.5 meters per second squared. So now we have an acceleration of 1.5 meters per second squared. After solving this problem, now we have two answers to our problem. For our final answer, the final velocity of the ball is 3 meters per second, and the acceleration of the ball from the stick is 1.5 meters per second squared.